federal government's 2018 budget proposal has been criticized by the National Assembly. Gold prices rose 0.15% to 29,437 rands per 10 grams at the future trades today. North Korea says Pyongyang has now achieved its mission of becoming a nuclear state. And on sport, Chelsea coach Antonio Conte has said that he would not rush Victor Moses back into action following his recovery from injury. Good day and welcome to African Broadcasting Network News. I am Mogali Mafru. Now the news in full. The two chambers of the National Assembly have criticized the federal government's 2018 budget proposal, saying its assumptions are unrealistic. The Senate and the House of Representatives, which began debates on the 2018 appropriations bill on Tuesday, blamed the federal government for not implementing the 2017 budgets. The Senate said the capital component of the 2017 budget had not been implemented up to 20% and urged the federal government to sell or scrap agencies such as the National Orientation Agency, Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria, Voice of Nigeria, and the Nigerian Television Authority, since the government had been spending money on the agencies which had not been adding any value to the country. Senator Eyinaya Abaribe, who dismissed the 2018 budget proposal as being unrealistic, noted that rather than continuing to debate this budget that has no basis in reality, the government should be specific in the indications of the assumptions underlying the budget. Eyinaya Abaribe said the assumptions are totally wrong, totally off the mark, and therefore the 2018 budget is already dead on arrival. The Chief of Army Staff, General Tukur Buratai, has urged the political class, intelligence community, police force, and other civil authorities to play their roles in order to end the war against Boko Haram. Speaking during the decoration of newly promoted 45 Major Generals, Buratai said the military had played its role well and won the war by successfully degrading Boko Haram and reclaiming captured Nigerian territories, noting that civil administration must be fully re-established in all the local government areas to fight the ideological, social, and propaganda wars. He added that issues of indoctrination and propaganda by the terrorists must be stopped, noting that these are the surest way to finally defeat the insurgents. He urged the decorated officers to be 100% committed to maintaining its territorial integrity as Nigeria is their constituency. And now on business. The Central Bank of Nigeria on Tuesday, November 28, 2017, announced the injection of another $210 million to boost the liquidity in the interbank foreign exchange market. The acting director, Corporate Communication Department, CBN, Mr. Isaac Okorafor, said the sum of $100 million was offered to the wholesale segment, while the small and medium enterprises segment got an allocation of $55 million. The invisible segment, that is the tuition fee, medical payments, and basic travel allowances, amongst others, was also allocated $55 million. Mr. Okorafor said the releases were part of efforts aimed at boosting liquidity in the foreign market, facilitating trade and easing remittances for legitimate personal commitments. While attributing the long spell of calm in the market to the interventions of the CBN and the cooperation of all stakeholders, Okorafor said the convergence of rates between the interbank market and the Bureau de Change segment had all but converged, with customers able to buy forex from either market or not more than 362 naira to a dollar. In spite of the development, he stressed that the CBN would continue in its monitoring of the market in order to ensure that authorized dealers abide by the exchange laws. Meanwhile, the naira maintained a steady rate against the United States dollar, exchanging for 361 naira per dollar in the BDC segment of the market on Tuesday, November 28, 2017. Still on business news, gold prices rose 0.15% 15% to 29,437 rands per 10 grams at the future trades today, as speculators created fresh positions taking positive cues from the global markets. At the multi-commodity exchange, gold for delivery in December was up by 44 rands or 0.15% at 29,437 rands per 10 grams in the trade volume of 524 lots. The metal for delivery in farm month February moved up 22 rands or 0.07% to 29,556 rands per 10 grams in a turnover of 129 lots. Market analysts said building of fresh positions by participants tracking a firm trend at the global market influenced the gold price at the future trades here. Meanwhile, gold climbed as much as 0.18% to $1,295.10 an ounce in Singapore today. That's it on business news. Let's join Okemute for news from around the world.
Thank you, Gali. Africans visiting Kenya will no longer need visas to enter the East African nation, the latest country to join a continent-wide push to boost integration and free movement. President Uhuru Kenyatta announced during his inauguration for a second term in office that Africans wishing to visit Kenya would be eligible to receive a visa on arrival. He said that the free movement of people on the African continent has always been a cornerstone of Pan-African brotherhood and fraternity, adding that the freedom to travel and live on any country in the Black continent will facilitate integration and appreciation of our diversity. He said the directive was meant to enhance trade, security, and intercontinental travel. Kenya already had one of the more straightforward online process for short-term visas. He made his announcement in front of African leaders from Djibouti, Ethiopia, Gabon, Nigeria, Rwanda, Somalia, Uganda, and Zambia, among others. Egypt's President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi on Wednesday ordered his military command to use all force necessary to secure the Sinai Peninsula within the next 3 months following a militant attack on a mosque that killed more than 300 people. Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, who was addressing his new chief of staff, Major General Mohammed Farid al-Zaghazi, said it is the responsibility of the military to secure and stabilize Sinai within the next 3 months, and without giving details on any operations, added that they can use all brute force necessary. No group has claimed responsibility for Friday's mosque attack, but Egyptian forces have been battling a stubborn Islamic State. Affiliated in the North Senegal for more than 3 years, and militants have killed hundreds of police and soldiers. The massacre, which took place as worshippers were praying in a village mosque on Friday, was the deadliest terrorist attack in Egypt's modern history. North Korea says Pyongyang had now achieved its mission of becoming a nuclear state. More on these after the break. So stay with us.